Hey, this is Dr. Barry. In this quick video, let's talk about Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And Hashimoto's thyroiditis is the most common autoimmune condition in the US and probably in the world. Over 35 million US citizens suffer from this, and that number is probably much higher, but it's so underdiagnosed and misdiagnosed that we really have no idea. It's mostly females who suffer from this, so this is an important thing, and let's talk about that. Now, if you know someone who has low thyroid symptoms or Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, please share this video with them. It could really help them. Hashimoto's thyroiditis. What causes it? That's the first question. That's the first thing you need to know is what causes it. This is not a problem with your thyroid. This is a problem with your immune system inappropriately attacking your thyroid gland. Your immune system is supposed to know the difference between you and not you, between friend and foe. So many doctors treat autoimmune conditions with medications that beat down the immune system because their paradigm is that autoimmune conditions come from your immune system being too strong or too active or overactive. And that's a dumb way of thinking about this, okay? We want our immune system to be strong. We want it to be very active, but we just don't want it to attack parts of our own self. So the proper paradigm to think about autoimmune conditions is that the immune system is stupid. Temporarily, it's been confused. It doesn't understand what's going on. It's running around like a berserker, attacking parts of you that it shouldn't be attacking. So we don't want to beat down the immune system. We want to help to calm it down so that it can remember, oh yeah, that thyroid's part of her. I shouldn't be attacking that, right? And so what causes it is an inappropriately active, confused immune system. Remember that it's supposed to be attacking non-you, not you. Now, the next thing we need to know about this is what symptoms? What symptoms will I have if I have Hashimoto's? So many doctors don't ask patients, how's your energy level? How are you sleeping? How's your sex drive? How do you feel overall? Do you know why doctors don't ask this question? They don't ask that question because there's no FDA approved pill to treat those conditions. So if you have a good doctor and he's asking you, how's your energy level? How are you sleeping? How's your motivation, your get up and go? He'll immediately detect the symptoms of Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So the symptoms are chronic fatigue. Just you can sleep all night, you're still fatigued the next day, weight gain, you're always cold, you're always constipated, your skin and hair dry and flaky and brittle. Those are the rough symptoms of hypothyroidism. So you have all these symptoms and you think maybe you have Hashimoto's, and you go to your doctor and he checks a TSH level and he says, I checked your thyroid, it's fine, you don't have any thyroid problems. And you go home thinking it must be all in your head, you must be crazy, you're just lazy. But in actuality, what should have happened is your doctor should have checked a full thyroid panel. And here's why. You can have raging, severe Hashimoto's thyroiditis and have a normal TSH. Yeah. And have a normal T4 level. Yeah. It usually takes the average doctor 10 to 15 years to detect your Hashimoto's because that's how long it takes for your TSH to become abnormal. So if you're thinking, what the hell? Good, I'm glad, because you should be, because that's ridiculous. So the next thing you need to know is how it's diagnosed. And it's diagnosed by checking a TSH and a free T4 and a free T3 and a TPO antibody and a TG antibody and a reverse T3 and even checking your adrenals and checking your vitamin D. All these things are very important for thyroid health. But if he doesn't check a TPO antibody and a TG antibody, he may never diagnose you with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and you may go through your entire life suffering from this and just think you're crazy and lazy because it must all be in your head. So now you've been diagnosed. How do you slow Hashi's down? How do you stop the damage? How do you feel better naturally? So what you got to remember is, again, this is not a thyroid problem. This is an immune system problem. Your immune system is running around berserker style, attacking parts of you that it shouldn't attack. And so you've got to do the things that it takes to calm down your immune system. And the first step is knowing what's got my immune system pissed off. Well, it's your diet. Almost always, it's 90% your diet. a few percentage points your stress level, and then maybe you're low on some supplements. So what do you need to get out of your diet immediately? Now, if you're already eating keto or low carb, high fat, you know the answer to this. But if you're not, you need to pay close attention, because these things are vital to calm down your immune system so that it can remember what's you and what's not you and stop attacking you. You've got to get rid of all grains out of your diet. All grains, including wheat, but all grains to some extent are inflammatory in nature. They inflame your gut lining, and that leads to inflammation all over your body. And that inflammation confuses and irritates your immune system, making it more likely to start attacking parts of you. It can attack your TPO, it can attack your TG, it can even attack your TSH receptor. It can attack the T3 receptors on your individual cells. All these things can be affected by your immune system. And so you've got to get grains out of your diet. The second thing you've got to get out of your diet is all of the vegetable oils. And I do air quotes because it was a beautiful marketing scheme to name these things vegetable oils, but in reality, they have no vegetables in them at all, ever, none, okay? So I'm talking about canola oil, which is really the oil of the rape seed, R-A-P-E. I'm talking about safflower oil. I'm talking about corn oil. Even though sunflower seeds are not that bad for you, the oil is not great. I'm talking about soybean oil. Any of these oils have a messed up omega-6 to omega-3 ratio. They are expressed from these seeds and beans by chemical processes and high pressure, high heat, not natural, right? Not from things that you have to send to the chemical factory to chemically express the oils from them. So get the inflammatory vegetable oils out of your diet. Any kind of liquid dairy that's less fat than heavy cream will tend to annoy their immune system and make it more likely to attack. So you don't want an inflamed gut. You don't want an inflamed body. If it's confused enough to attack your thyroid system, then it could also be inflamed enough and confused enough to attack other parts of your body. And that's why if somebody has one autoimmune condition like Hashimoto's, they're at great risk of having a second or even a third autoimmune condition, is because their immune system is on a rampage and it's not thinking straight. But you can help it remember what's friend and what's foe by getting the inflammatory processed crap out of your diet. How should it be treated? Many docs will put, when you do develop hypothyroidism, they'll put you on levothyroxine or Synthroid. It's much better, in my opinion, natural thyroid replacement product, I think, or WP. I don't have a penny of financial interest in any of these. I just find that they help my patients feel their best when they have symptoms of low thyroid. You also want to make sure that your vitamin D is optimized. That's going to help to calm down your immune system. You want to make sure you're getting the selenium contained in 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day. That's going to be enough selenium to help your body optimize your thyroid function and your thyroid hormones. Almost every American and Canadian is deficient in magnesium, and so making sure that you've got multiple good food sources of magnesium in your diet is excellent for your thyroid function. I find that 1 or 2 drops of 2% Lugol solution, which I also don't have a penny of financial interest in, helps my thyroid patients tremendously, even my patients with Hashimoto's. All those things are going to help your fatigue symptoms, your lack of regeneration and recuperation symptoms, your hair, your skin symptoms, your motivation. Those are all the things that you need to know about Hashimoto's. Someone who would enjoy this video, if you know someone whose life this video might change,